What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, just chilling, man. I wanted to do a females be tripping bonus. You know what I'm saying? Females be tripping, and yeah, like I say, I normally stop at part five, but like I said, I wanted this to be a bonus, man. I just sitting back. Again, man, I'm in Black Hollywood, and what I'm gonna eventually start doing is interviewing certain females or what have you, and just get their perspective, and they side of the story. But again, just from experience, what I'm seeing is just something that's taking place is mainly in a lot of the major cities, and I've been to quite a few cities and states, what have you. And anywho, man, like you run across a lot of like fine women in Atlanta. I mean, it is Black Hollywood. Obviously, it's a little change around here, some moolah. And it's a lot of fine women, but here's the thing. I mean, you gotta ask yourself the question, especially if you're looking for the answer. You gotta ask the goddamn question. How is it you have all of these fine women and none of them are married? Like, none of them are married. You all fine, this, that, and the third, but don't nobody want to marry you? Like, red flag. What's wrong with that picture? Again, if you're looking for the answer, you have to ask the question. And like I say, a lot of times it becomes a heated discussion, and you can tell, a lot of them feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not finna sit here and tell me. I mean, if you're intelligent, if you're fine, and you can't sit here and say guys are intimidated, because you guys are screwing something or somebody. I'm not convinced all of y'all buying batteries, toys, this, that, and the third, pleasing yourself. Nowhere in the hell. If that's the case, then y'all prepare, get ready for AI to take over. Y'all buy y'all sex machine, your sex dolls, your sex toys, and so much for the human race. We fixing to self-destruct on a sexual level. You know what I mean? But it don't make sense. I mean, I like to think that once I kind of heard, well, I ain't say kind of, but I heard Jay-Z said in the record, and I believe that to an extent. Once a good girl gone bad, she gone forever. Because a lot of females they tend to go bitter, and once they go bitter, it's like all hell break loose. It ain't nothing for them to go in. Okay, well, I lost my man or the guy that I love. So now I'm just going to sleep with anybody. Not just, saying that every day they just pick up and just find a random person to sleep with. But in other words, they start to settle for things that they wouldn't once entertain or look at. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, okay, this guy got money. Okay, I kick it with him. Or this guy got fame. I kick it with him. Or this guy married. So that means somebody else want him. I kick it with him. And it's like, it's just no boundaries anymore. And it says a lot about value, but I mean, you even got women who to go as far as, I'm not so attractive. If I spend some money, I put some money into myself, then maybe I can get a man. They not even married, so you don't want to spend money on some tits, ass job, nose job, tummy tuck, whatever, bought fake lashes, fake contact, whatever the hell, weave, this, that, and the third. All of what I'm saying is, I think it's gonna come a day where people are gonna appreciate the natural world. So females who are not so attractive, maybe 20, 30 years ago, they gonna be the ish. You know what I'm saying? They gonna stick out like a sore thumb because it's so many people fall in this fake fad, and it's true. It's fake. If your eyelashes didn't grow that damn way and you bought them, that's fake. If your tits was a certain size and you reduced them or you made them bigger, same thing with the ass, then it's fake. If you did that to the stomach, you know what I'm saying, then it's fake. If you got to wear this big ass belt or whatever they call them shits to make yourself look good, like, I just feel like enough people not checking that shit, you know what I'm saying, or highlighting it, meaning something is extremely wrong. and it's sad people don't see it. You know what I'm saying? But again, like I say, I mean, back in the day, you see a very attractive female who was naturally attractive. You know, her own hair. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of times you can even tell. You know, just the wholesomeness. You know, especially in the South. You know, our little country towns where things were still, you know, where it was still morals. You know, and values. You know, it's like all of that shit is out the window. You know, it's like it's like most people done lost the way or forgotten the way, or you know, looked at it as, you know, it's too hard to try to upkeep those values. So a lot of them let go, and what we're witnessing is Sodom and Gomorrah. Everybody's sharing, you know, one another, and it's out of line. You know, it's out of hand. It's crazy, and I'm watching, you know, this whole new world being ushered in, and this whole new world that I speak on is AI. You know, they even got a sex doll. I'm talking about female look just as human as a human. You know, it's not real. You know, I think she's, you know, filled with silicone or whatever. It's fake. Some little cyber doll for dudes to have sex with. And then not just that, you got the internet. You know what I'm saying? When you got the internet and you got free porn and girls on there doing any and everything, a lot of your wildest fantasies they are performing, they're doing, shit, that minimize the dudes from talking to the females. You know what I'm saying? When they got something like that, you know, to be entertained by it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it's like the real thing, but what is the real thing? You going to attract one of those females who not natural? Is that real? You know, I mean, it's closest to real versus the computer. I get that much, but that shit ain't even real. Like the mentalities is not even there. It's like it's no value anymore. You know what I'm saying? You know, back in the day, man, you had to bring your A game to win over a female. You know what I'm saying? Or to get her to entertain your wildest fantasies. You had to bring your A game. But ever since money, you know, has become this big commodity, or this, you know, people associate that with having, you know, uh, I guess it's safe to say, real value. Oh, girl, you know, he got a lot of money, so I did this to get him. That's not real. It's not real. I don't give a fuck how much money you got. You know what I'm saying? If somebody got that much money and they can get you to, you know, come out of your element, that's just like right now somebody look at me and say, damn, boy, you went dump your old lady that got doggone marry Oprah or the, you know, date Oprah, you know what I mean? Hell no. Shit, shouting not on. Hell no, man. Like, shouted like, to me, shouted on her last leg. I don't give a fuck how much money she got. She can own about 3-4 banks. That at the end of the day, like, that's not gonna cut it. It's not real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Having billions of dollars, that don't make shit real. And you probably think like, you know what? I could sustain life if I had billions of dollars, or if I find that you know, the person, you know, with a lot of money, then I'd be okay. Your ass is not gonna be okay. That's not how it works when you go to talking about real. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, again, a lot of people got the game fucked up all the way. And the children are being affected. They being poisoned. So they ushering in a whole new age. And it's just spiraling out of control more and more. You know what I'm saying? Until the real stand up. Now, am I convinced, you know, all of the real gonna come together? No, I think for those who are real and do know those values, they gonna be around. You know what I'm saying? And for those ones who don't, eventually they gonna perish. They gonna self-destruct, man, because like I say, it's like they lost. You know, they trying to find their way. You know, you got people who really believe, okay, I'm ugly, so I have to do this. You know what I'm saying? And then you even got, you know, small town girls, you know, and dudes, you know what I'm saying? You know, who get turned out, you know, especially, you know, during, you know, the younger years, you know, because see, the thing is with Generation X and Generation Y, they helping to turn their own fucking children out. Back in the day, it was a time where people used to preach, hey, look, save it until marriage. Look, stay innocent. If they see that you're innocent, they'll try to keep you that way and try to preserve you So you do have a shot, at knowing your value, your worth, and that way, once you do mature and get to a certain mind state, you'll be able to take it from there. That's not the case nowadays, man. You got parents looking at they scoping out for their little children already. They looking like, hey, look, he a candidate. You know what I'm saying? He fine. All right, he come from money, and it's okay to get turned out by that person. Like they ushering that shit in and don't even realize it. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of them try to justify it and say, you know what? Since they gonna do it anyway, I'd rather for them to kick it at my house. So a child can be like 14, 15, getting turned out and they get approved by the parents. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'd rather for it to happen here and not in no awkward way, or them cutting school, or then, or my son getting caught in some girl house, or my daughter getting caught in some dude house, you know what I'm saying? Vice versa. So you got parents helping their ass to get turned out, not helping to show them the way and instill those values, morals, ethics, and all of those important principles that we once knew. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole fake world out here, and fake / Sodom and Gomorrah, because they all sharing one another, and we all know it, but a lot of us just don't talk about it and highlight it. And that's what the hell is going on out here. And like I say, for he who has an eye, let him see. You know what I'm saying? For he who has an ear, let him hear. You know what I mean? And that's what's going on. You got women out here sucking and fucking dudes who they know not finna get them a ring. What do that tell you? But then at the end of the day, you know what they'll say? Oh, I'm looking for a real man. Or I'm looking for a good man. You just made this dude feel like a real man or a real king by performing all of this spiritual energy, or putting all of this spiritual energy into something that is not authentic. Now, either you don't know any better, or you just flat out fucking lost. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I mean, it's not too much you can blame, you know what I'm saying, outside of yourself and just, not knowing, you know what I mean? Again, if you're a person who know that promiscuous and that's your way of life, then of course, it works out for you. But for those who, always, oh, I'm looking for a real man, this, that, and the third, if you're not even a real person to yourself, why the fuck are you looking for a real man? You know what I'm saying? And like I say, this go vice versa too. You know what I mean? But the title of the video is, well, I'm going to title this shit, Females Be Trippin' Bonus Footage. You know what I'm saying? This is just a bonus to show you how far gone we are. Because it never seems to amaze me. You got more and more women sexing one another. Even with the dudes, it just became all of a sudden this big fad. It just came out of nowhere. A lot of people don't talk about it. They just witness it and play along. And most of us, we play along with this stuff and we're not addressing it. So therefore, what are the chance, what are the hope factor of it ever getting fixed? It don't look like it's gonna ever get fixed, but to the real people that's out there in the real world, I still acknowledge the real world. You know what I'm saying? To have those values and morals, shout out to you. Shit, we the last of a dying breed. But outside of that, it's Sodom and Gomorrah, man. You got females, like I say, they starting as young as 13, 14. They doing oral sex. They sex. They have multiple sexual partners, and not realizing the value and how things work and how things go. So therefore, when it's like they lose the game before they play, even begin to play. They don't overstand. They don't have no guidance, and you can point the finger all day. You can make excuses, but the same way you wanted to know and know other things and learn other things, it's the same thing in this case. And that's why I always go back to accountability. Females have to definitely take accountability. Dudes have to take accountability. you know, responsibility, you know, will be right behind accountability, you know, for your actions. You know what I'm saying? Being responsible. And again, it just never seemed to amaze me, you know, how a person could have all of these fake features, but then they say they looking for something real. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. So like I say, a lot of people, they'll get offended because they don't want to hear it, because it's them who are engaging in the madness and the mayhem. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got like I said, plenty of females out there, boom, you know, doing the whole shebang, you know. And like I say, if that's your thing, you know what I'm saying, and you're sexually active, and you know, and that's how you get off, and you know, whether you know you become bitter and you want to help turn out the rest of the world, then you know, continue, you know, to do, you know, your deeds. You know, I mean, I don't condone, you know, but I would say I overstand. You know, it doesn't make it right, but again, I overstand. You know, you on one side of the fence, you know, and you know, that's what you promote. That's, you know, that's what you ride for. You know, then you got, you know, the real on one side of the fence, and then, you know, they gonna push that truth. They gonna push that that realness. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it come down to. You know, you got dudes, you know, like I said, we'll get to them later, you know what I'm saying? But I will slide this much in. They not making it any better. You know, they got pills, they got pumps, and you know, people are buying this stuff, man. It's like it's a fake world, is what I'm saying. It's a whole fake world out here, and if you're not speaking on it or addressing it, then you playing the game. You know what I'm saying? You entertaining it. You know what I mean? And like I say, you know, I know plenty people, you know, that's down with that fake. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that live that material life, and that, you know, that love that material world, and that's the matrix. You know, that's not the real world. That's the matrix. It's fake. You know what I'm saying? So that's all you're gonna get out of it, fake. So, you know, anybody who real out there, just watch for the telltale signs. Like I say, man, the attitudes, you know what I'm saying? It's the attitude that come with that fake world. It's a lot of fake things that come with that fake world, from breasts to ass shots to tummy tucks, this, that, and the third. You know, attitude, mentality. I think I said that already. Pumped up lips. I mean, it's a whole fake world out there, and it's definitely Sodom and Gomorrah. You're not gonna sit here and tell me you sucking and fucking, and you know this motherfucker is a deadbeat. Like how? Like how does that work? Like it's what it is. But like I said, I'm not here to argue. I'm not here to offend nobody. I'm just talking about it. I'm addressing it, and this is just a little bonus. You know what I'm saying? So again, check it out. You know, comment, like. You know what I mean? You know, your point of view. You know what I mean? Maybe we can shed some light on it. You know what I'm saying? Again, we can create a dialogue. You know, and address a lot of these issues. But like I say, this is you know, a lot of the Americans, you know, a lot of countries look up to the America, and we helping to turn out the world. So if it's a lot of fake stuff going here, from a lot of the fake foods we eat, a lot of the clone foods, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother subject. But fakeness is all around. It's all around. You know what I'm saying? So for the few people that do, you know, recognize what I'm talking about, or that understand truth and realness, then like I say, you'll be able to resonate with it. But to the ones that feel some type of way, of course they're gonna feel some type of way, because it's probably them I'm talking about, that get down in that fake world and engage in a lot of the fake activities and don't know their value, and again, just out here I don't even want to say doing the devil's work, but they doing somebody work. You know what I'm saying? The work that I don't understand. Well, I ain't gonna say. Forgive me, not a work that I don't understand. I just think again they're on the opposite side of the fence. So definitely just some bonus footage, and again, like I say, man, get back to that realness, and then like I say, I'll rap with y'all later, man. But this be my last one. This just some bonus footage. You feel me? So yeah, man, let's talk about it. Let's address it. All right, one.